Hello there. I'm just gonna steal some more of your attention um, and maybe continue. Well, maybe I'll finish the whole modeling story, what happened next kind of situation. So I think I finished talking about basically my new era, new modeling era when I started actually taking pictures, collaborating with a lot of artists and a lot of photographers without really looking for financial gain in that, because at that point it wasn't my priority anymore. So I could also say slowly, say no to the offers that were, all the trashy stuff basically that was paying the bills, and and I just didn't want to do it anymore because it was aesthetically offensive for me. So I decided to, let go of it. I think if you have any questions, because I know that sometimes I take some things for granted about this crazy world, and I never claimed to be. It's a different. It's a different world. It's got nothing to do with fashion. Fashion photography, and it's different than being some. It's very underground kind of. It's very amateur in a way, but it worked for a while. So I was definitely a part of it, but I never would claim that I'm these sort of even adult kind of. Like a porn star or something. There was pornography, but it was never on a stardom kind of banner. So so yeah, but I never really cared, and now I'm thinking. It's not that now I care, but it's I really didn't kind of assume that if I do this sort of photography that I might not be proud of at some point. I will still assume it. I will still, because if you do this sort of stuff and you are fearing that these pictures will come out somewhere, somehow, it's a lot of stress. It's a constant stress. So I just said, fuck it. Whatever I do, I do. If you have a problem with it, it is your problem. So I just kind of, I didn't really care much whether, and I do realize that a lot of that would be basically like cringeworthy right now. I'll be like, oh my god, that's why I don't post it, and I don't take special. Artistic pride of what I've done, but especially that there wasn't much, doing. It was very simple business there. So that varied in intensity, let's put it this way, and context. But it is what it is. So I was never. Now when I think about it, there's a lot to say. There's a lot of stories, a lot of weird shit that happened because of that. A lot of different personalities that always you come across when you do something strange, and every circle has its own personas and kind of figures that are like. Very peculiar, like coming out like from a comic, or from a, what do you call it? From a comic book. Yes, that's what I wanted to say. So there are quite a lot of characters there, and there were some guys later on in my this kind of period of exploration, let's call it this way, that would come across and somewhere my profile somewhere online, and they would say that, oh, I have your pictures, you were XYZ, because I had different names, I was transforming myself, and Vicious Poison is something that I became later, and this is what I am proud of actually, and this is the part of the things that I am showing. But they would recognize me from somewhere, and they would say like, oh, I have your pictures when you were doing this and that, and I'm like, oh, okay, so would you like, to tell me more, like which pictures, because I'm very curious, it's not like I'm shocked or, I'm not going to be affected by that. But they would really make a big deal out of it, and be like trying to get some free shit out of me to, basically kind of, oh, I'm gonna tell you if you do this or that for me. Fuck off. Keep your pictures, keep your esoteric knowledge away from me. I don't give a shit, I don't care. So, if you ever get some strange pictures of me because I've been harassed and I said fuck off, then you know why. Well, I think probably sooner. No. So yeah, there was that, and I just always kind of assumed that you have to, if you do this kind of work, you have to take into account that one day somebody might want to use that time against you. So make sure that you're strong enough that you're kind of assuming this, and that you're holding your ground, and nobody really can fuck around with you for whatever you've done. Although, yeah, as I said, okay, yes, I'm repeating myself over and over, but there are definitely things that I'm just like, what the fuck was that? Why the hell have I ever done things like that? Or have I ever, agreed to do something like I wouldn't now? Definitely, there would not be any form of self-evolution there going on if I would not be full of stupid mistakes and stupid decisions that I wouldn't make now, but they weren't, at the time. That's what we decided. The collective of Alex personalities and different aspects decided to do something, and it has to be respected at all times. So and you're never the same person that you were in the past. Kind of are, but you kind of aren't. So we just kind of have to accept whatever we've done in the past as be proud of it in a way. Like, I think there is a lot of respect to be paid for our own mistakes. There's a wisdom in that. So, but anyway, I moved on, and then I tried to do some basically alternative independent modeling, and I moved more to London, and then I was trying to kind of do it in between. But the thing is that there was a lot of hassle about it, and when it came to money, or not just collaboration, but money, and I just kind of there was a hustle that I just didn't want to give my time and attention to. So I was sometimes frustrated, and I saw other models doing stuff that I would like to do and succeeding in it. But the thing is that you never see the whole picture, and you never see what others are really going through. And of course on social media nobody's gonna really advertise how shitty how shitty their life is. Or I'm not saying that has to be the case just because I didn't manage at the time to do what I planned, but it can be it can be the case. So we just never know. We just have no way of knowing. And those who succeeded and got what they wanted out of this world, and I mean this modeling world, well done, and very good for them. So that was basically my choice, that I didn't want to put enough time, work, effort into something that at the time I felt like wasn't really paying off very well. And I realized that I'm very, very stubborn and the ideas I had, like I didn't really want to compromise much for the sake of the marketplace, basically, of what was needed. What I was really proud about the whole vicious poison thing. Although there would always be people who would criticize stuff that I was doing, because it's like, oh, it's too dark, it's not even, or maybe it's not dark enough. It's like in this place where it isn't dark enough to be the dark thing, but it's too dark to be a girl next door thing. So I always had this problem standing in between kind of different worlds. Even the name, even though there was so much hustle about the name, I'm like, for fuck's sake, if you meet Lady Gaga, it's Lady Gaga. You don't, not that I'm comparing myself here, but it's, you don't go and say like, so what's your name? But what's your real name? Lady Gaga? Stop fucking around. But vicious poison was always kind of a problematic thing. It's like, it doesn't sound. Oh, it's not a name. Oh, fuck off. Vicious poison it is, and of course I'm Alexandra, Alex. Only these two forms are acceptable. There is no other strange, like a mutation of these names in any kind of languages. I do not accept any other, so please do not call me Ale, Alec, Sandra, Sandy, Lexi, I don't know. Anyway, this is not important. So I was mostly happy with collaborations that were suiting my aesthetic vision of the vicious poison universe, and I definitely found some photographers with whom I became good friends. First of all, in the process, and we just love shooting together, and you're probably gonna see that there are a couple of people that I just repeatedly shoot with, and of course that really helped my confidence. And then I had my better or worse moments, and sometimes I wasn't that keen on shooting, and then I also was just busy doing a lot of other things. So at some point, it just first it became really hard to find people who I wanted to shoot with, because that's the thing. If money wasn't the priority, it stopped being a priority there. So first of all, I wouldn't, and at this point I wouldn't really shoot with someone for money if they weren't in some way, if it wasn't working in some way with my style. I mean, maybe if it was, if it was completely apart, then no. But if it's somehow, if it's somehow pleasant, I think I will always lean towards aesthetic consistency within what I do, and that's something I find hard to compromise on. But if you have any ideas, if you'd like to shoot with me, then let me know. This is not exactly the place where people would find me for photo shoots, but who knows? I always welcome all sorts of strange projects. So please, please, I am not closed for collaboration, although I would be very strict when it comes to who I work with, and also my time is very basically I'm very busy and I'm also moving very fast from place to place, so it's good to always to employ some patience there, please, if you may. So yes, and if you have some paid projects, then even better. Am I doing a whole like self-promotion here? So, but I also would like to move more towards videos and stuff like that. I'd like to do some kind of moving images. So, anyway, where was I? So basically, because of the change, especially the change of lifestyle and moving around a lot, it kind of made the whole, even the collaborations, very difficult time-wise. And there is always, so I haven't stopped officially. I haven't, I haven't abandoned that world, and I'm really looking forward to the next time I can shoot. But yeah, who knows when that's gonna happen. And I could do the whole traveling model thing, but I'm so busy when I'm not making videos, and well, it looks like I'm doing nothing. But also I'm very busy doing nothing sometimes. I love the nothingness. I love taking my time with things, and I don't consider this wasting my time. Wasting time is worrying or overthinking or being unpleasant to yourself or others, getting pissed off about things that don't matter. Unhealthy lifestyle is a waste of time. Regrets are a waste of time. What else is a waste of time? Watching stupid reality shows sometimes, or any other just kind of any other input that is of no value is a waste of time and energy. But doing nothing is great. Especially doing nothing amongst nature. There's nothing better. I think that the most important thing in life is sunsets. So, our sunsets, of course. So anyway, that was me. I hope that answers some of your questions. So I have not abandoned photography, as a model, and I am still, alive, and I'm still open for projects, but I just don't have time. Yes, I can't really think. It's all really boring. I don't know. If you have any questions, just let me know. I can elaborate things and stuff. Because it's really interesting, really, it's interesting. But I just, something might just feel very obvious for me, or I might take them for granted. So anyway, I shall move on from this now, unless I will think of something else to say. So, take care.